Hey guys, it's WACK, and Overwatch is such a great game just because of the diverse cast of characters that they have in the game. A game like CSGO, Call of Duty, Battlefield, there's really no characteristics. The only thing that really sets everything else apart are the different guns. There's snipers, there's assault rifles, but in Overwatch, the guns are the heroes themselves, and I think that's the reason why Overwatch is just such a loved game, because you can really connect with some of the heroes. And some people will agree that some heroes are somewhat better than others. In this video, I did want to talk about some changes. I don't say some nerfs and buffs, but some changes that some heroes kind of deserve just to make them a little bit more viable of a hero. Now, this video is still going to be somewhat difficult and hard to make because tons of people will say, oh, well, Torbjorn deserves some changes or Symmetra deserves some changes, but you can't please everybody, so I want everyone just to comment their heroes that they think should get some sort of change, whether it's a buff, whether it's a nerf, whether it's an addition to their toolkit, like Symmetra and her shield, or maybe an ultimate should be changed. Whatever it could be, I want you guys to leave your comments down below. But I chose a hero from each class, each category, which is offense, defense, tank, and support. So no one can comment say that I left a different hero. No, I included everybody. I like all the heroes of all the different roles and classes, okay? Want to include everybody, but I can't include every single hero. One, because that would probably be like an hour-long video, and I don't want to annoy you guys. I annoy you guys enough already with my videos, but I just wanted to keep it short, but still keep it sweet and to the point so you guys can get my message. So let's start off with the first hero and just get right into it. So growing up as a kid, one of my favorite movies was Toy Story. I'm sure you guys have that favorite movie when you grew up, and that if you go back and watch it, it just brings back all the nostalgic feels. But my favorite character in that movie was Woody. So you already know when I hear that there's a cowboy in Overwatch that I'm gonna hop on the hype train. And even before I got Overwatch, I already knew who McCree was. I saw all the Overwatch memes and the "oh, it's high noon" memes. So I fell in love with McCree. And then when I actually got Overwatch, you knew I started playing McCree, and my shot with him was very whack, hence my name, WACK. But McCree is a pretty straightforward character. He's just cool, awesome, relatable cowboy. Okay, maybe not relatable. Nobody can be as cool as McCree. I'm just saying. But he just has a magnum. He doesn't have any other gun, and he has a flashbang and combat role. He's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. But it was around, I think, season 2 or season 3 when Soldier 76 did get his buff. And just because he got that little buff to him, it kind of sent McCree from the top to around the middle. Sure, McCree was still prevalent, but since Soldier 76 is so much more forgiving, and since he has pretty much a jack of all trades, hence the name is Jack, so of course I'm going to use that pun in this video. He has healing, he has an assault rifle, and he's able to run too. He has everything that McCree really kind of lacks. The only thing that McCree has over Soldier 76 is the fact that if you get a headshot, bruh, you're going to get a lot of damage. As someone who has a great shot, not really me per se, but as someone who is really good with McCree, maybe he can outshine Soldier 76, but most players, if they get really good with Soldier 76, he's probably going to do a lot more than McCree, and this is one of the first heroes that I thought deserves a change. Not really a nerf, not really a buff, but just something to just make him a little bit more viable, because if you look at all the offensive heroes, just take an example of Soldier 76, he's able to just shoot his assault rifle. Okay, sure, McCree does have his magnum, but he's able to heal. Okay, McCree isn't able to heal, and Soldier 76 is able to run. The only thing that McCree has to compare to that is his combat roll, but he gets that every 8 seconds, and it really doesn't send him that far. And what people use his combat roll for is to reload his pistol. So if you just look at another hero like Reaper, sure, Reaper doesn't move fast, but at least when he does get a kill, he's able to eat people's souls and somewhat heal himself. Pretty much every single hero in the offensive category, maybe not Pharah per se, but has some sort of way to heal themselves. Tracer has recall, Genji is able to dash to a health pack, Reaper has his ability to eat souls, Soldier 76 is able to just heal himself and run to a health pack, Sombra can hack health packs, and Pharah, I mean, if they have a Mercy, then she could just heal himself. McCree, on the other hand, he's not able to run to health packs very fast. He doesn't have a way to survive that often if he's at the front line. So what I thought he just kind of deserves, and it's just a little small like idea, I would like to hear you guys' thoughts, is something along the lines of like similar to Reapers. So if he's able to get to kill, maybe the enemy drops a cigar or something, I don't know, something lame like that. Every time that McCree does get a kill, he's able to heal himself for 100 HP. That way he's a little bit more viable, he can survive a little bit more and doesn't have to rely on his healer or health pack, and more people would use him compared to Soldier 76. People whose shot isn't really on point can play Soldier 76. People who has a better shot can play McCree and still survive. I don't know, it's just a simple idea, but I think an idea nonetheless that should come to McCree. Junkrat is one of those heroes that is either hated or loved, but obviously isn't played all that much, and I think deserves a little bit more changes. Now, obviously, there are already buffs and changes coming to him that are live on the PTR right now. If you guys didn't know, pretty much he got more added to his passive to the point where he doesn't die by his grenades. Beforehand, his concussion mine was the only thing that you can blow up right next to him and he wouldn't get hurt by it, but now his grenades can just spam all over the place and he wouldn't die by it, which is a step in the right direction, but I don't think it's going to be making or break him anytime soon. I don't think he's going to be hopping into the meta anytime soon unless you're a Junkrat main, unless you play Junkrat a lot of the time, that you know every kind of situation that you can just spam your grenade and spam your trap in or whatever like it. And I saw a bunch of comments on a YouTube page just talking about Junkrat, so I'm not taking credit for any of that. The McCree one I kind of came up with and I thought was a pretty clever idea. This one was just like kind of a community outroll for Junkrats. The first thing, just adding more health to him, just simply adding it, because he has 200 health, and I think sure there is Hanzo and there is Widowmaker, but the thing is they're more in the back, they're not the front lines. Junkrat, on the other hand, he can kind of be all over the place. Sure, his grenades doesn't kill him anymore, but he's still a squishy character. Maybe just adding simply 50 HP can really do it for him. I don't know, maybe health wouldn't be the answer, but maybe just giving him more ammo. Sure, he is a spammable character, he's just supposed to be spamming grenades, so just adding maybe 2 more grenades to his clip I think would be a step in the right direction, just being able to just have more grenades on the field. I saw that as a comment. Or another comment that I even saw, since he lays traps, why not being able just to lay traps everywhere? Now, the only problem that I have with that, just imagine being on Hanamura or just anything with a tight choke. Imagine a Junkrat coming in and laying 2 or even 3 traps at the choke. Bruh, you're not getting past that anytime soon if you don't see it, and it's going to be kind of annoying. Sure, you are able to destroy it, so maybe give the traps just a little bit less health at that point, but hey, that wouldn't be such a bad idea. I can just see how that can kind of be abused if he's able just to lay 2 or 3 traps. I mean, Symmetric gets freaking 6 sentry guns or turrets or whatever you want to call them, so why not give him a little bit more traps? But I can see why that can be a problem. Or maybe just simply having his grenades just move at a faster rate, give him more spam ability to be able to just give more grenades. Junkrat is one of those heroes. He's a fun hero, but he's just not that viable, especially in competitive. So giving him these changes, maybe multiple changes, would be a step in the right direction to throw him into the meta, or maybe just make him a broken hero, who knows. The good old scientist himself, because he's not a monkey, I feel like Winston can deserve just a little bit more love in the tank category. I feel like the tank class is a pretty solid class in Overwatch. Not a lot of changes need to be made, but obviously I'm making this video before Orisa is live, so maybe Orisa does deserve some changes. Maybe she needs a bigger clip, maybe a bigger health pool. I don't know, because I haven't freaking played her, because PTR isn't on the console, Jeff. What do you do? I understand why there's not a PTR on console, but man, come on, give some consoles some loving. But Winston, I just kind of chose Winston because he's still a pretty easy target to hit. Sure, his changes to his bubble is coming to live soon enough. If you guys didn't hear, pretty much once you lay his bubble down, the cooldown starts right there, when beforehand the bubble had to be destroyed, so he has a little bit more protection, but that's pretty much it. Unlike Roadhog, unlike Zarya, he doesn't have a lot of protection besides his bubble. He's not able to heal himself, something like that. So an idea that I kind of came up with, why not inside his bubble he gains a little bit of health, maybe at Lucio's speed. Giving Lucio's heal speed when he's inside his bubble can give him a little bit more survivability. Would he be able to be taken out? Maybe, if he's not that smart of a scientist, but if he is a smart scientist, if someone is controlling him and who knows when to dive in and out of combat, maybe he'll still be survivable at that point. But I think giving him a little bit of heal when he is inside his bubble wouldn't be too far-fetched of an idea. Or maybe he would be another broken character, who freaking knows. And finally, last on this list for heroes that I think deserves a change is going to be the healer herself, the angel herself, Mercy. So the reason why I think Mercy deserves a change is because lots of people like to complain, oh, my team didn't protect me, there's no way to defend by myself, and rightfully so. Want to know what she has to defend herself? A little pistol that probably isn't going to be able to take out the Tracer or Genji. It still can dish out a lot of damage. If you haven't tried Brattle Mercy at all, I wouldn't suggest it, but if you try it, if you do try it, it can still do a lot of damage, but a good Tracer or a Genji probably isn't going to be taken out by that little tiny pistol that you have, so there's really no way to defend herself. So what is she left to defend herself? Well, her teammates, and that leads to the argument, my teammates there to defend me, oh my god, my team is the worst team ever. Okay, so to negate that, I feel like she deserves an E ability, because she is one of the only heroes. I think there's another hero that doesn't have an E ability. I don't remember off the top of my head, but she doesn't have an E ability. So what can we give her? Well, I saw a comment somewhere, and I wish I could give credit to whoever came up with this idea, but it's the internet. We all came up with the idea, but pretty much I saw somewhere that she deserves a beacon. Pretty much what that means is that she's able to shoot a flare in the sky, and it stays in the sky for however long. It could stay for 10 seconds, 12 seconds, or for the end of time, and whenever she's in danger or something, she's able just to fly to that beacon and just stay there. It's sort of like a mini Pharah to an extent, where Pharah's in the sky and Mercy can just easily fly up there. Well, if there's not a good Pharah on your team, who does she have to fly to? The Rhine that's getting attacked by the other Rhine, the Tracer that's also getting attacked by the Genji. She has nowhere safe to go to other than on the Z axis, which is in the sky. Sure, there might be a Pharah, but what if they don't have a Pharah, like I said previously? Then she has that little beacon just to fly to and just stay safe, and then she's able just to look down upon her little children, because it's a family. When you play Mercy, you're protecting the family right there, and then she can just decide, all right, let me go to the Junkrat to the left, or let me go to the Symmetra on the right, whatever it could be. So I think she deserves an E ability. I don't know why. Sure, she does have her Guardian Angel, but the thing is, again, she's flying sometimes even into combat, which she's trying to get away from. She's trying to get away from the flanking Genji or Tracer, and she has no way to protect herself most of the time. So who is she going to fly to? Well, ideally a beacon in the sky. I think that rhymed. Did that rhyme? I don't know. I'll look back at it. So either way, those are just some heroes, and you saw a common theme, which is just survivability. McCree has no way to heal himself. Junkrat has no way to protect himself. Winston, he is able to hop in and out of battle, but again, he can't heal himself, and same thing with Mercy. She can heal herself, but she's kind of left prone when she is in the back, and she only has a Guardian Angel. So I think giving her a beacon wouldn't be the worst thing of all time. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts on my list of heroes, or maybe you can give your list. Maybe you think Torbjorn should be more survivable. Maybe you think Symmetra should be toned up or toned down, whatever the case may be. Just give me your suggestions down in the comments down below. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come. Hopefully more funny videos. I have a funny video that I want to try to edit for you guys, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So love you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.